MBP Door Kits is part of the MBP Door Solutions group, the UK's largest independent door and joinery company. Established in 1991, we specialise in doors, door sets, door kits and ironmongery. These are the tools you need to complete your MBP Door Kit installation. Step 1. Frame assembly. Frames are supplied with a 15mm floor gap. Measure the opening and frame before fixing the frame. Check floor type at each opening before fitting. Check the fire door certificate for the approved floor gap. Adjust if needed to achieve the correct floor gap before fitting the frame. Lay the MDF head and linings on a level surface. Use layout drawing to determine right or left hand opening. Make sure the head is positioned correctly so the stop grooves align, and ensure the jamb fits tightly against the inner rebate of the frame head. Measure the opening width and height. Then measure the frame head and legs to ensure you have the correct lining kit. This will also determine if you need to adjust the legs to fit the proposed floor gap. Pilot hole the frame jambs by using the pre-drilled fixing holes in the head using a 2.5mm drill bit. Fix the head to the frame jambs using 4.5 by 50mm twin fast screws. A torque drill driver is recommended as an impact drill can split the MDF frame. Screw into the jambs using 50mm screws. Step 2. Fitting the frame. Centralise the frame into the opening. Ensure the perimeter gap does not exceed the fire stopping gap allowance on the fire certification. Use packers to set the frame square and plumb. First, use a spirit or laser level to check the jambs are plumb. Then use a roofer's square to ensure the frame head and jamb are square. Fix the frame through the pre-drilled hinge jamb holes, ensuring at least 50mm depth into the wall structure in accordance with BS 8214. Recheck that the frame is square and plumb on the hinge side. Make sure the head and jambs fit tightly with no visible gaps. Check that the hinge jambs are parallel from top to bottom, and confirm there is no bow or twist in the frame. Step 3. Fitting the dummy door. We recommend using a dummy door to set the frames correctly. Check door hinges are set to right or left hand pull as required. If you need to change the handing, rotate the hinges 180 degrees. Remove the square cam from the female door hinges. Align the female and male hinges, then slide the door onto the frame hinges. Refix the square cams to secure the door. Set the cams to 0 initially. They allow -1 to +2mm adjustment on the hinge side and can be fine-tuned later if required. Do a final check that the frame is square and plumb. Check the door closes correctly, ensuring it doesn't bind or catch. Open the door and fix the lock jambs, then the head through the pre-drilled holes, ensuring at least 50mm depth into the wall structure, using additional packers if needed. Check the gap around the sides and top of the door to ensure it is consistent at 3 to 4mm. For fire doors, the maximum permissible gap is 4mm. If adjustments are required, use a cranking tool and apply light pressure to the top and bottom of the hinge knuckles to move the door in or out as needed. The stops are reversible and should be positioned according to the door thickness, with the shallow rebate used for a 40mm door and the deeper rebate used for a 35mm door. Fix the pre-sized MDF stops using grab adhesive and pins. Step 4. Sealing gaps around fire doors. Any gaps around fire door frames must be filled using an approved fire stopping method such as mineral wool capped off continuously from an approved intumescent mastic like FS Fire Door Intumescent Acrylic Sealant, or by using FS Fire Door foam in accordance with BS 8214. Step 5. Fitting the door. Refer to Step 3 if you haven't used a dummy door at the start. Fit the latch or bath lock to the door using the screws provided. The striker needs rotating to the orientation of the door opening. Install keeps and dust caps to frames using the screws provided. There is an adjuster on the keeps to remove any door rattle. Adjusters required using a small flathead screwdriver. You can install your architrave once any fire stopping has been approved. Fit bolt-through type handles. If drilling the door, ensure no dust builds up in the lock pockets, as this can cause latch failures. For fire doors, ensure the floor gap is compliant with the fire door manufacturer's guidance.